My name is Jay Agarwal, and I'm a professor of surgery at the University of Utah. I'm also the president of Microsurgical Innovations. My background is in microvascular reconstructive surgery. During my training, I had the opportunity to learn how to connect really small blood vessels together in the operating room, whether that's for surgeries after someone was injured by a traumatic event, or whether that's in reconstructive procedures where we're moving tissue from one part of the body to another part of the body, and we need to reconnect the blood vessels to reestablish blood flow in that tissue. In order to reconnect really small blood vessels on the order of 1 to 3 or 4 millimeters in diameter, in order to connect them together, it requires specialized instrumentation, magnification in the form of an operating microscope, and technical skill. So typically, when performing a microvascular reconstruction, whether it's an artery or vein, the traditional standard for connecting the ends of two blood vessels together has been to hand suture them under the operating microscope. That process takes a while. It's a long procedure. It takes anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes to connect two vessels together under the operating microscope. Sometimes longer if you're working with trainees in a training institution. Our team has developed a new vascular coupling device which can be used for both arteries and veins, which in all of our testing has been shown to reduce the time down to less than 5 minutes to perform the anastomosis. And it's a device that doesn't penetrate the wall of the vessel, and it doesn't leave any foreign material inside the lumen of the vessel. And so in all of our testing that we've seen, we found that the risk of injury to the vessel is much lower. The patency of the anastomosis seems to be very, very high. And with that, our hope is that the long-term outcomes for our patients will be better. We believe that the device that we've developed can save money in the operating room by reducing time and the need for really highly specialized equipment. We believe that it'll reduce error in the operating room and reduce the potential for injury to the blood vessels when we're creating the anastomosis. And in the end, all of that will translate to improved outcomes for our patients, which is the most important thing. We want to develop a device that will benefit our patients and be durable in the long term for them. Over the past few years, we've put together a tremendous team of engineers, research scientists, and business-minded people to develop an anastomotic device that can be used for both arteries and veins on a range of size vessels. The goal really was to improve outcomes for patients, but also to reduce errors in the operating room and to reduce time and cost in the operating room. And so we focused on building a device that would allow us to perform a microvascular connection faster without injury to the vessel that would result in superior outcomes for our patient. And we believe we have with Microsurgical Innovation's vascular coupling device. So far, Microsurgical Innovations has done a substantial amount of development and testing of the vascular coupling device. We've manufactured our device at a high scale at multiple different sizes and dimensions. We've manufactured the instrumentation required to use the device. We've done substantial testing in the lab and on the benchtop, and we've also successfully tested the device in live animals. We also believe that the device, because it simplifies the operation, will expand the scope of microsurgery and tissue transfer procedures. So there are a number of scenarios where tissue transfer isn't performed or isn't used because it requires a lot of expensive equipment and technical training. Because our device simplifies the operation, hospitals will be able to save money on expensive instrumentation, and surgeons won't need the extensive amount of training in order to perform this type of anastomosis. So we really have the potential to expand use in the surgical field. We believe that the market opportunity abroad for our vascular coupling device is even greater overseas. As you may know, microsurgical reconstruction and tissue transfer procedures are performed widely outside of the US, particularly in China, Japan, Korea, and India. In fact, the total number of reconstructive procedures that would use a vascular coupling device is an order of magnitude higher outside of the United States than it is in the US. So the opportunity abroad is very significant.